This is a level 20 spell on a level 9 character. This should not be allowed, but it is, because thank you game. God damn it, I love this game. I really do. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today we're playing a bit of a different game. We're playing Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. This is a top-down hack-and-slash game, a bit like Diablo, except it's brand new. It was released, I think, only about 3 days ago, and good God, there are a ridiculous amount of exploits with this game. The game is very broken. It's going through a bit of an unstable launch process. The developers have probably seen a relatively unexpected level of success with the amount of people buying the game. The only issue is it's got an average user score of about 56% on Steam because they haven't even been able to get the online servers to work with the amount of players. Now, for a big launch like, say, SimCity, when that had online-only play, that was a massive kerfuffle and everyone hated EA for it. Equally, a lot of people are hating the devs of Wolcen, and yes, it is a massive mistake which they probably should have put some more effort into, but it's a team of 13 dudes and they've made a pretty impressive game. So consequently, I will give them some flack, but not all the flack. But what I will be showing off today is the ridiculous quantity of exploits which they left in their game, because I don't think I've found many games with more exploits on launch than this game. Like, for example, with Skyrim, it took players months to discover all of the exploits that game had to offer. In fact, maybe even years to find some of the truly broken features. Yet with Wolcen, we've had like 7 catastrophically game-breaking exploits discovered almost instantaneously upon the game's launch. Some of them are just downright fantastic, absolutely crazy. And naturally, I sat down and played a bunch of this game to find as many of these exploits that I could. And lo and behold, the developers accidentally rolled back the servers, consequently deleting my entire character. Thank you very much, developers. And so consequently, this video is going to be a revenge tale where we resurrect a ridiculously overpowered character who will be the richest person in the entire universe of this game, and also quite possibly the most powerful. Now, of course, I am going to be using a copious amount of video game exploits for this video, and so consequently, I'm not going to be playing in the online mode. As lonely as it would be to ruin the multiplayer experience for all of the players currently playing this game, I don't particularly want to destroy the economy, so I'm going to be playing in offline mode. By all means, these exploits work in online mode, but you're probably going to annoy a lot of people if you actually start using these exploits. And honestly, some of the exploits work a lot better in online mode than in offline mode, but we'll get on to that later. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's create our ridiculous character in Wolcen. Now, we're going to be playing a legendary dude, some kind of fantastic warrior, the most strongest man alive, and one thing I must say I love is that when you click on these people, there's like a brief second where their eyes just flash in the middle of the screen. I don't know if we can just freeze a frame of it, but it's just terrifying, my goodness. So today we need to create a very powerful character, a wizard with infinite magical powers, oh my goodness, and very powerful eyes, or maybe seductive eyes. Ooh, look at those beautiful eyes. But no, we're going to have eyes which allow him to see into the soul of beings and judge whether they've consumed enough tea today. And of course, beautiful long flowing hair. Oh my goodness, some of the hair colors we can go for. Oh, bright pink. Oh my goodness, so powerful. And beards to match. Oh, but the beard doesn't need to match the hair. Oh, this is just fantastic. Yes, this is the hero I wanted. Oh my goodness, he's so hip and happening. I love it. He's old and simultaneously hip and down with the kids. And now that we've designed our appearance of our lovely hero, who is yet to have a name, but trust me, I've got a perfect name, we need to actually choose a starting weapon for him. This is going to basically channel him down the route which he's going in his game. We can give him a sword and he can be a warrior, we can make him ranged, or we can push him down the path of magic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, magic in most games, especially upon release, is completely and utterly broken. Surprisingly, when it comes to combat at the moment, I do believe the meta is playing with archery because the game is ridiculously broken for some reason and you can just defeat just about anything. But magic is a close second in terms of its brokenness, especially when you're going to be using some of the exploits I'll be showing off today. So we're going to be playing as a wizard. Oh my goodness, isn't he just majestic? Look at him. So who is our wizard today? Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. The most powerful wizard that our series have ever really covered, excluding of course Rihanna O'Keefe's, but he's in a league of his own. It is of course the fantastic Seymour Clavage. He's back, ladies and gentlemen, but this time more powerful than ever because he's a youth at the moment. I know, well, about as youthful as Seymour Clavage can ever really be, but he's powerful, he's jazzy, and my goodness is he going to be ridiculously overpowered. Now, for a game which has just been released and cost 30 quid, they've actually put in a fair bit of effort. Like, all the cutscenes so far have some pretty decent voice acting. They've got like one of the dudes from Anno to voice some of the characters, and it's pretty jazzy. I'm not particularly interested in the storyline. It's one of those basic, oh, there's a bunch of evil dudes, and also you're kind of part evil, so you kind of straddle the middle line between the super evil bad side and the good side who's also a little bit bad, and you're just sad in the middle to kind of pick a side, I think. It's a pretty fun story otherwise. But naturally, we're just going to skip all of it because, yep, we're going to go into tutorial land at the moment. Now, the game's actually pretty nice looking. It is very poorly optimized, if I say so myself. I'm running on medium graphics, which do look very nice, but if you want to try anything more, the game's going to start chugging. I mean, I am playing on quite possibly the most powerful PC you can buy on the market at the moment. Anyway, it's a classic hack and slash, so you just run through the tutorial area, just beating people up. It's as easy as that. Anyway, we have to fight the first tutorial meanie bad dude. It's not too tricky, it's just a case of wail away on him repeatedly and occasionally dodge his attacks. Don't really have to, if I'm honest. Oh, and now it's cutscene time whilst we unlock our hidden mega potential, and now we are Supreme Mega Slasher 4000 with a big hammer. And there we go, basically we get thrown off of a cliff, and that's the tutorial over. Well, actually no, the tutorial is only really just beginning. But now we are no longer a mega super late game dude, we are now just regular magic chump. We have one spell and a magic staff, and that's all we've got on our side. Although to be fair, magic is pretty overpowered. Ah yes, it just really does instantly kill all of these low level dudes. Seymour, you are very powerful, my friend. Oh my goodness, our new piece of armor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just not even armor, it's the Barbarian Defender. It's just topless Seymour Clavage. He's very beautiful, isn't he? So why is this game so incredibly broken? Well, there's a bunch of exploits, some of which I may not even be able to get to. That's how many exploits there are in this game. One exploit which I definitely probably won't be able to get to is a very late game one. Basically, one of the magical spells you can get is Magical Find Loot, which adds a plus 100% loot drop modifier to your local area where you are in a dungeon. So this fantastical find magic loot modifier is great. It's really powerful because you'll get plus 100% loot. However, that only works for one instance of a dungeon. To get it to work permanently in ridiculous over-the-top fashion, simply leave that stage of a dungeon back out of a door and then move back into the said dungeon. Suddenly, your plus 100% loot modifier becomes plus 200% loot modifier without you really doing anything else. You can then repeat this process indefinitely. What happens when you do that? Well, you can get up to say plus 400,000% loot modifier, and that means upon hitting just about anything in that floor, their corpse will immediately disintegrate and start spewing out infinite quantities of loot for about 5 minutes. If you defeat a high level boss whilst you have this thing stacked, you can get every single late game item in one go. That's just how perfectly balanced this game is, my goodness. And yes, that exploit's been around for several days now, so a lot of players have in fact gained access to just about everything this game has to offer. Now there we go, tutorial complete. We've arrived at the first city of the game. It's quite a lovely and cute little city if I'm honest, but it's mostly going to be the start of all our glorious exploits. I know, it's going to be fantastic. Anyway, we need to quickly level up our character because we're now level 2. And when it comes to leveling up, bam, just plow all your points into wisdom and toughness. You're going to become a mage tank. I know, it's going to be fantastic. Oh, and also this is the Gate of Fates, the game's skill tree. And as you can guess, because this game was made by 13 people and has a skill tree this large, there are probably hundreds and thousands of hidden exploits in here which we just haven't discovered. There are some ridiculous combinations which just won't be discovered by players for quite a long time. Now that we've actually completed the tutorial, I should probably explain what our aim for Seymour Clavage is today and what you can expect from him. Quite simply, we're going to take Seymour Clavage from being a level 1 crook into being a level 999 mega destroyer of universes with quite possibly the most beautiful physique and strongest weapon this game has ever seen. It's going to be a glorious rags to riches tale where we take Seymour Clavage from having only 31 gold coins to his name to having more money than this game can physically comprehend over a very short period of time. Sadly, however, we need to do more garbage quests before we can actually reach that point, so let's talk to a merchant. Right, merchant, please give me your novice staff. Yes, thank you. And then we talk to the archivist. This lady here sells spells, which is very nice of her. Now, what spell would we like? Oh, we'll take Winter's Grasp, a lovely freezy spell. And then over here we actually have the lady who's going to be really helping us out with our lovely exploits. This here is Xanafer Stark, who trades in gems. Now, gems are used to modify and improve weapons. However, they're also completely and utterly and ridiculously broken. Sadly, we won't be able to afford gems for quite a while yet. Anyway, I'm just going to sell all of my stuff. Fantastic. Oh, and of course, yes, this game has pistols, and we're going to be using them, because why not? That's fantastic. If this game gives you a gun, you might as well use it. So our mission is to quite simply just defeat waves of garbage enemies as they rush our position with relative ease. I know, it's not exactly difficult this tutorial, tutorial stage, but it does have to be done in order to reach an exploit. Every good exploit requires a good bit of work before it gets ridiculously overpowered. And trust me, we are headed the direction of ridiculous OP-ness. Wait, did I just say penis by... Okay, right, you're not just... OP-ness is not a word which... Oh, no. You put a space between it, it becomes a completely different words. Oh, God, what have I done? Oh, audience, please behave. No, do not clip that. Do not isolate that audio file either. My goodness. Right, let me just blast away. Blast my great balls of fire into the enemy's face. Yes, go on, Seymour Clavage. Now, in true hack and slash fashion, you are literally just annihilating hundreds and hundreds of really low-level monsters. And it's a really satisfying feeling, if I'm honest. This game really does kind of balance the power creep and make you feel like a ridiculously overpowered supreme overlord, which is a nice sensation to have, if I'm honest. Oh, yeah, there we go. We've got the massive boss we're facing stunned. Oh, this is going to be one easy boss fight. Don't even need to move, we're just battle wizarding it, and by that I mean standing in the open whilst hitting him. There we go, he's dead. Oh, we've done it, fantastic. And by defeating him, we get a bunch of loot off of the ground, most of which we can't really use, but you know, it's there. Oh my goodness, and of course, instead of actually getting mage robes, we're just getting a bunch of barbarian defender clothes instead. Fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh yes, we're really starting to kit out Seymour Clavage now. He's got a hat and everything, although really, we're going to need more money if we were going to properly deck him out. Oh, look, some gold on the floor. Fantastic. That was exactly what we needed. Now, the best way to get this exploit off as fast as possible is to kind of rush our way through this tutorial area and just beeline straight to the final boss so that we can complete this quest, because it's the quest reward you'll get from this mission which is going to massively help us out. So sure, whilst you can spend a ridiculous amount of time frying rats alive in this game, if you want to get this exploit done fast, go focus on bigger things. Oh, and bam, very easy. Level 4. We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantastic news for us. Oh, and we've got a bunch of extra bonus stuff too. Nice. Oh, some improved gauntlets. Lovely. And a long sword. My goodness. Not that we can actually use it because, you know, it's a sword and we are using staffs, but still. But of course, a level up is always very important because that allows us just to increase our damage and of course simultaneously just plow most of our points into wisdom. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. This time we're right at the end of your first big mission in the game to actually defeat the Bane of the Storm or whatever it is. Basically, it's just one big evil monster boss dude. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, it's going to be quite easy, but the reason we're completing this is because upon completing this quest, we're going to be given 2 gems, and those 2 gems are going to be very important. There are other ways of gaining gems in this game, but most of them involve standing around for 10 minutes waiting for a trader to refresh. I can't be bothered to do that, so I'm going to go and complete a mission. Right, Seymour Clavage, I know he's scary, but you can do it, my boy. Don't just stand there. Okay, right, he just looks a bit angry with these low poly textures. Right, and let's fight him. There we go. It's going to be as easy as that. Right, just dodge all of the flamey stuff, dodge the fast attacks, and just wail away. Ah, it's going to be fantastic. Right, there we go. We're just going to keep hitting Circus, the Bane of the Storm over here. He's almost dead. We've almost done it completely and utterly, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Last couple of hits now. Make sure we heal up. And there we go. He's dead now. Fantastic stuff. Oh, and he dropped a lot of good stuff. There we go. We're just going to pick all of this up off of the ground. Not all of it's actually going to be useful for us, but it is important to grab nonetheless. And hey, we leveled up at the same time. And there we go. With that completed, we're now going to use our town portal spell to get right out of here and start our lovely exploitations in Wolcen. Fantastic. Here we are. Now, I'm just going to quickly open up this chest where I am actually storing a little gem of mine, and I'm also going to probably hide away the rest of these because I'm not really going to need all of them. And there we go, away it all goes. Fantastic. Right, let's go hand in that quest of ours. And to hand in our quest, we need to go meet the lovely Duke of this area, or King, whatever. Now, this game's quite good considering it was made by 13 people. Graphics aren't half bad. They do have a habit of popping in every now and again, but you know, other than that, 11 out of 10. Anyway, fantastic. Let's go meet Merchant Prince Damascus. Oh, now that's a good title anyone wants to have. I know you'd like that, wouldn't you, Seymour Clavage? Well, don't worry, one day in the future you'll definitely be a Merchant Prince. Right, bam, bam, bam. We're going to be given all of our lovely stuff. Fantastic. Just skip through all of that. We've completed our quest, and he's given us a chip Alexandrite and a chipped amethyst. Perfect. Along with that, we're also going to pick up... Ooh, what should we grab? We'll also grab a ruby ring as well. That looks good fun. Fantastic. Just pop that on our person. Lovely stuff. So success, ladies and gentlemen. We now have some gems. Now, gems are relatively unique in this game because they all have different values. values for some unknown reason, and because they have different values, the game has to kind of calculate that. As you can see, because we got this cheap Alexandrite early in the game, there's a value of 39 if we were to sell it on. This one, which we got right now, has a value of 71. Why does the game decide this is the case? I have no bloody idea, but it means we can exploit the ever-living hell out of it. How can we make a lot of money out of it? Well, we're just going to stand right here and demonstrate a very unique feature of this game. You see, even though these gems are positioned separately to each other in our inventory, because they are technically the same item, they can be stacked. So we're going to take our gem worth 39 here and put it on top of this gem which is worth 71. So we'll do that, and suddenly we have 2 gems. Now we have 2 gems here which have apparently a combined value of 71. We're going to split the stack in 2 by holding down shift and clicking here. Now for some reason we have one Alexandrite here which costs 71, that makes sense, but the other doesn't cost less than that anymore. It now costs 142. Right, and then we can move the 71 stack one onto here, and then move the 142 stack one off onto here. Now this is worth 283, and this is worth 142. Every time we are doing this, the gems are doubling in value. Now each individual gem, one's worth 4,000, one's worth 9,000. This is a ridiculous amount of money in this game, but of course, can the process be repeated? You know it can, ladies and gentlemen, because after all, it just works. So now our gems are up to being about 145,000 each, and we're going to keep doing this until we become the wealthiest people in this entire bloody game. We will have more gold than there are things to physically purchase in this world. Now each gem is worth about 3 million. Fantastic, of course it is, and it's going to double again. Now it's 14 million, now 29 million, now 59 million, now 100 million, now 200 million. Okay, I've actually lost track. This isn't even in the millions anymore. Where are we? Okay, I think it's about 9 billion in terms of gold at this moment. And you might be sat there thinking, oh my goodness, but this could damage a game's economy. And you'd be right. This would shred any game's actual working economy. It would be a real shame if this game was, say, I don't know, multiplayer, because that would probably really break the balance of the game. Oh wait, it is a multiplayer game. Oh dear, developers. Oh dear. So yes, we now have a gem here, which is worth... I'm going to have to open up another tab and calculate this. You know what? I actually don't even have a way of calculating this. This is well over many trillions, and it is of course a stupid amount of money, the likes of which the game has no real way of calculating, and it is just ridiculously broken, because we can go over to Valefisk here, buy ourselves a new gem, like, I don't know, a chipped amber, and suddenly we can do the same with our ambers here. There we go, 2 ambers, they're worth 63, drop them on top of each other, 126, and now the process repeats again, and there you go, that's infinite money right there. That's how you have infinite money in a game, and with that you can do anything in this game, because you can go over to the merchant and buy the best weapons. You want to buy rare weapons, go for it. You want to buy the best rare armor, go for it. You want to buy infinite potions and heal yourself, why not? Whatever floats your boat. And so one thing we can do is we can just buy effectively infinite spells, and we can turn these spells into primordial affinities in order to level up our spells. For example, consuming embers, which is level 9, but of course we can level it up to level 10, now level 7, it's now level 12, 13, but oh no, we need more primordial affinity to level it up. We only have 10 of the stuff. Well, don't worry, we can just go into this shop and buy more primordial affinity by buying a spell and then immediately selling it and then leveling up. Now we have a level 14 fire spell, which does 35 damage, which is a lot more than it really should. But of course we need more money in order to do more of this, so we're gonna have to go over to this trader here, sell one of our lovely chip Alexandrites, and oh yeah, there we go, that's all our money. Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness, there we go. So we now have more money than anyone else in this game's physical universe, and so we're just going to buy up all of the spells here. Fantastic. Every single spell has been purchased. In 13 minutes more spells will come back. What are we going to do with all of these spells? We're just going to sell them, because why not? And we can get all of this lovely primordial affinity. Oh, isn't it lovely? There we go. With that primordial affinity, we're going to go from doing 35 average damage with our fireballs and just keep on leveling up, and now we're going to be doing 49 damage. This is a level 20 spell on a level 9 character. This should not be allowed, but it is, because thank you, game. God damn it, I love this game, I really do. So now our fireballs can take out bosses which are just far too high a size in comparison to us. The other exploits in this game which are quite effective, I'll say if you are trying to duplicate an item because you have, say, a ruby ring which you really like and you want 2 of them so you can have one either side, fantastic, good choice. Or maybe you have 2 wrist guards which you really want to have in combination with each other. Great stuff. What you want to do, find your personal chest here, take your item, drop it in here, immediately Alt F4 out the game. The faster you do this, the better. Surprisingly, this exploit is easier to pull off in multiplayer, because because it saves both of your inventories for some reason. I don't know why. It might require a couple of attempts, but you will end up with 2 items, and then 3 items, and then 4 items. In our case, we could have duplicated our amethyst, which was worth 1 point something, lots of money. I just don't have a statistic for that, really. That's just money. So yes, our character is far too overpowered for his actual level. He's going to have some really great powers. Allow me to demonstrate by fighting enemies of our technical level. So these are level 9 enemies. We are equally of roughly similar size, but as you can see, we are just one-hitting all of them. Yeah, I know. There's even a great big enemy in here somewhere. Oh, a spooky one apparently. Oh my goodness, we are, yes, when we land a critical hit, we're doing about 89 damage, which is just pretty stupid. Oh, here we go. Here's our super spooky boy, high-level monster over here somewhere. We'll just have to deal with these little dudes, and then we're going to go fight the mega hard super boss over here, who should be a challenge apparently, according to this game. Okay, here he is. Very spooky. He's able to teleport. Right, let's hit him. Okay, and do we hit him again? Sure, why not? And again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is silly. This is very, very silly because we can just get some really nice loot from this. We can farm this an infinite number of times. Fantastic. I suppose this is quite a nice way to level up for me. Oh no, I'm fighting Alistair, an elite high-level warrior in the Empire apparently. Oh no, he's very teleporty. Right, there we go. Let me just hit him a bunch of times. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Just waltz around, hit him with the fireballs. Yeah, fireballs definitely are the way of the future. Oh, well, bam, we've done it. Of course, as the richest person alive in this game, it does come with some pretty nice perks, mostly just the ability to breeze through most situations in the game with my now very high level spell, and mostly the game's going to be about slowly leveling up my character whilst finding new unlocks and then channeling said unlocks into more completely overpowered and balanced experiences. And honestly, you know what? It's 2020. This game, it's probably had a development phase where it's been bug tested, but considering how catastrophically chaotic this launch has been, I would have probably suggested for the developers an early access build would have probably gone a long way and would have probably not resulted in your audience demanding a ridiculous quantities of refunds because they feel pretty scammed. Oh no, look at all of these really high level, oh no, they're dead. Yep, there's no enemies in this game. Oh my. Or even the big boys who are meant to be tanky, they're not really tanky, or at least if they are, they haven't really shown it. And one of the best things about this build is that it does allow you to effectively change your character in whatever way you like, because you can reset all of your attributes very easily because it only costs you gold to do that. So if you're tired of being a mage or a warrior and you just want to completely shift up your character, then by all means, it's very easy, especially when you have a lot of gold. And also my character can now cast the fireball spell just ridiculously quickly. Like, it actually looks very stupid when he casts his spell. So here is what our character looks like upon casting the fireball spell. There we go. Look at his hand just go. It's just, I don't even know what the staff is doing. It's just teleporting through his body. And we can just throw fireballs out at a ridiculous rate of speed. These aren't just pathetic regular fireballs. These are mega fireballs. Oh, wait, here we go. It's combat time. Oh, here we go. Here comes the mega flares who are going to be a chat. Oh no, they're all dead. They are just all dead. Ah, this is the gameplay experience I wanted. If you can't properly choose a game like this, what's the point of playing a game? It's all about finding completely silly ways of playing it. Oh my goodness, we found a random fate adjunct blah 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 blah. I've got no idea what this means. They're selling a bunch of legendary garbage for like 8 grand, which you know, I really shouldn't have access to at this stage of the game, but you know what? Why not? What does this do? It seems pretty good. I cannot equip this item in any of my slots. Oh, I have to put it there. Oh, I could wield a gun and this thing instead. Oh, and I can still cast magic. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. You know what? I like you, tradie lady. You're pretty good fun. What else have you got? Any special rings? No. Any crazy armor? Ooh, a unique 7 Sisters pact. Right, we'll buy that. 9 grand. Why not? Oh, and of course a bunch of gems available for soul purchase. Okay. Oh, you know what? This has actually been a very fun little shop. 11 out of 10. Would recommend it again. We now have a proper gun. A pretty crazy one too. Oh yeah, that's really stepped up our fireball damage. And now Seymour Clavage also gets to hold his gun in super cool ways. Look like a proper fighting badass. Oh no, Flair wall breakers who we have to fight. Okay, right, they go down pretty easily. There we go. Bingo bango bongo. Survive the ambush appears to be quite easy. They're relentless. I don't think they are, Seymour Clavage. I think you must be playing a completely different combat scenario than I am. I mean, they're kind of just standing there whilst we massacre them from a distance. Ah, yes, the good old hack and slash, just a massive massive quantity of smashing on your keyboard. Oh, here comes Narlog, the ultimate fighter. Okay, well, don't worry. We can just cast a bunch of fireballs into him and he'll be pretty easy. Oh, he is just running at us like an absolute mad lad. Oh, and there we go. He is almost dead. Wow, that was really easy. Just cast fireball on him like 1,000 times and then watch him fall over. Ah, perfectly balanced. Anyway, yep, it's time to once again choose the level up system of the fireballs by just buying out all of these spells. Perfect. I want all of these spells. Lovely stuff. And then time to sell them all back to you. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look at all the ridiculous purple stuff we're farming. I have no idea what the purple stuff is actually called. A primordial affinity. There we go. But fantastic. We now have 891 of the stuff. So we can turn our classic fireball from doing 86 damage on average to a little bit more than that probably. Yep. Just keep leveling up that spell. There we go. Not naturally. Ah, yes. Now it does 130 damage on average. Exactly where it's meant to be for this stage of the game. Perfect. So anyway, that's how to unlock infinite money and also to use said infinite money to level up your character a ridiculous quantity of times. There are, however, many more exploits in this game, and if you would like to see them, by all means give me a shout, because there are just a bunch of silly things this game has, and I'd actually like you, the lovely ladies and gentlemen at home, to choose on what video you'd like to watch next if we were to do another lovely Wolcen video. Do you ever want A, how to get a physically fully working minigun into this game, B, how to gain immortality, or C, how to do more damage than the game can physically comprehend? Anyway, I'll leave all of that to the next one, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see each and every one of you then. As always, a massive thank you to each and every one of my fantastic patrons who make each and every one of these videos possible. Without you, generally none of this would have been possible. Thank you very much. And hey, if you have indeed enjoyed today's video, feel free to give it a like, and why not try out this game yourself? It's unique. I'm not saying it's going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I certainly have had a lot of fun, and I'm not normally one for the hack and slash genre. Then again, that might just be because I have a really fun time exploiting games. Anyway, I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Have an absolutely lovely day. Goodbye for now.